Welcome to Bystanders on the Newsstands. We're at Ogbat this morning, a wonderful day. Today is Friday, weekend. We're looking at the weekend newspapers. Today is Friday. We have the New Telegraph with us, and also we have the Nigerian Tribune with us. What are we having today? What are the news headlines? Let's go over to the New Telegraph. Above the masthead, we have CBN sacks First Bank FBN Holding directors. CBN sacks First Bank FBN Holding director. According to them, they are saying to preserve depositors and shareholders' confidence, as well as stabilize First Bank PLC in the face of recent boardroom tussle. Okay, to preserve depositors and shareholders' confidence, as well as stabilize First Bank PLC. That's the reason the CBN has given for the sack of First Bank and FBN Holding directors. Below the masthead, we have Rep Pass Customs FIRS 2021 budget. Approved $1.5 billion, 995 million pounds loan for FG. From Ganduje, corruption killing Nigeria. Ganduje is saying that corruption is killing Nigeria while he inaugurates anti-corruption committee. And the main headline we have this morning on the New Telegraph: 2023 general elections may not hold. That is from PDP. 2023 general elections may not hold. The PDP is saying they are calling for national confab on security. Nigeria burning, falling apart, from Ekwerimadu. President has failed Nigerians. That is from Fada Mbaka. Buhari's government can't go down. Akpabio is saying that Buhari's government can't go down. Now, towards the end part of the paper, insecurity. Declare state of emergency in Kaduna, Niger. General Ikwonwem is saying that the federal government should declare state of emergency in Kaduna and Niger State. Now, Masari is saying that it won't solve insecurity in Nigeria. Governor Masari is saying that the state of emergency won't solve insecurity in Nigeria. Senate summoned finance minister, army chief over budgets. Now, over to Uzodinma. He said that Uzodinma takes refuge in Abuja. Appointees go underground in Imo State. The governor of Imo State has gone underground. He takes refuge in Abuja. That's what the New Telegraph is saying this morning. Let's go back to the Tribune, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The same. CBN bears fangs at First Bank. Removes Otutego Awoshika. Reinstates Adeduton as MD CEO. That is the sack from CBN over First Bank directors. Now, over to the main headline. In response to autumn, Buhari accuses leaders of setting regions religious against one another. Buhari accuses leaders of setting religion against one another. The lives of fellow citizens should not be desecrated by deploying them in political diatribe, which unfortunately appeared to be the intent of the string of emotional attacks and blame laid at the doors of the president for those killings by Governor Otom. Nigeria now a failed state, from Femi Falana, the popular lawyer. Nigeria now a failed state. Country on life support, from Wike. Wike is saying that the country is on life support. To this column of the paper, on the right side, abduction, killing of students, staff will cripple education, ASU says. Abduction, killing of students and staff will cripple education, from the ASU. Gunmen attack missionary school in Plateau, abduct 2 students. EFCC arrests 67 suspected internet in Ogun and Ondo states. Jonathan to National Assembly: make laws to make local government autonomous. Make laws to make local government autonomous. And Amotekun OPC, VGN arrests 11 suspected bandits in Oyo State. That is it for the newspaper review this morning. Let's move over to our reviewers as they do justice to the news headlines. I have good morning, sir. Mr. Felix, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I just wanted to respond to PDP saying that 2023 general elections may not hold.
Well, despite that I'm a supporter of PDP, and I've actually been a core PDP member. The 2023 election will hold. It will hold. They are only trying to call the president to order But if the president does not listen to them, it may not owe. Because the agenda on ground is to Islamize Nigeria, to destabilize as many ethnic groups as possible. Just as what they have said, a lot of states are in the state of insecurity. People are dying. Politicians, the next agenda is that the politicians they will not be kidnapping them until they will not wake up to their responsibility. The election in 2023 is on two sides. If the president wake up on his responsibility, the election will hold. But if the president does not wake up on his responsibility, the election will not hold. Because what we have seen so far is that competent people are not choosing in the right position. The chief of army staff, they are not choosing. They are choosing based on sentiment. The president has security aides that can give him information. Are you saying the president does not know what is going on, kidnapping everywhere? If this thing continue, Nigeria will collapse.
That is even minus the election, Nigeria is going to collapse.
If it continue like this, because the president is a father of all Nigeria, but he's showing favoritism and nepotism to one particular set, and that is not helping his situation. It's causing a lot of agitation. The Igbos are saying they want to go. The Yorubas are agitating they want to go. The other part are agitating they want to go. A father, one of the responsibilities of a father is to ensure that a balanced situation arises. But our president is not doing so. That's why you see a lot of agitation from different quarters, different states. I will give you an example. The Inspector General of Police is 3 times now they've appointed Inspector General of Police. Number 1, it was Idris. The second one, Adamu. The third one is Baba something.
Usman.
Baba Usman. What happened? If the first one was Idris, it's from Fulani. The second one is supposed to come from, we have Adekwaju, we have Obina, we have Osaze. There should be a rotational listen. That is where federal system of government comes to place. If you want to fight corruption, you must start from yourself. Our president is not fighting corruption. If you don't support him, they will say you are corrupt. PDP should wake up from their slumber. They should wake up from that. I'm a PDP member. I just have to tell them they should wake up. Enough of they should fire the president. Give him bomber to bomber. I have no. It's unfortunate that it is the media aid that are talking for the president. Can the president give us media chats? Can the president tell us this is what is going? This is what I have done? There's hunger in the land, my brother. There is hunger in the land. That is the reason why they are kidnapping, they are rapists, they are everything. One of the promise was that the promise was changed. The promise was next level. Rather, this thing has gone worse. When the past administration left fuel at the rate of 87 naira, we are buying fuel at the rate of 164. And the same government cannot increase minimum wage. Up to now, as I'm talking to you, they are still dragging minimum wage. Until we wake up, because the office of the president is a servant to Nigeria. We are his master. We are the one that is dictating. If these things are not done well, Nigeria will divide.
Do you support that the president should resign? Now, Father Mbaka has said that the president should resign. If he doesn't resign, that they should impeach him. Do you support that?
No, I'm going to start with this. If you are a pastor, face the office of a pastor. If you are a politician, face the office of a politician. Today, you will jump into politics. Tomorrow, you will jump into this. Father Mbaka has misled a lot of people. He was the one that raised Buhari, that Buhari is our savior. He's our Messiah. Enough of all this hanky-panky. With all due respect, with Reverend Mbaka, he should face the calling that they have given to him. He should leave politics for politicians. Let him face his church. He should not interfere into politics. His main responsibility is to pray for the people. He misled a lot of people. He was the one that told Nigeria that Buhari is the savior. Why is he turning around? He should face his church. He should leave politicians for people that want to play politics. Or he should leave the church and come and face politics.
Leave the church and face politics.
And face politics. I am disappointed in him. Disappointed because a reverend father that is well known, well recognized, people felt his impact. He was one that was telling people that he condemned his brother. He condemned Jonathan.
The people were supporting him when he condemned Jonathan.
Why? Because he requested certain things, and that government was not ready to give to him. Quote and unquote. That's why I just want to put some things straight. That's why I say if you want to be a politician, join them. Don't hide under the church and you are doing politics. It will not help the matter. It will not help what? It will not help the matter.
What of Osinbajo as the vice president? I know he's a pastor, and many people are saying our religious leaders need to speak up with the things happening. Christians are being killed by insurgents. Boko Haram are destroying churches. So men of God should not speak. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that the case of Osinbajo, he was voted in as the vice president. The Constitution of Nigeria never empowered the vice president to speak. The person the Nigerian Constitution gives power is the president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What Osinbajo is doing is that he's carrying his master's instruction. So if you watch the few times the president was not in Nigeria, that he acted, you will see that the man has the equity, he has the tenacity he knows what it takes to govern Nigeria, but he will not step on the toes of his master, which is the president of Nigeria. As a vice president of the country, he doesn't have any power. It's just ceremonial until otherwise, maybe the president dies or anything happens. That's when the power can be given to him fully. Men of God, let them face their office. Let them pray for the people. But the only thing they can do, let them encourage their members to join politics. Because if we leave politics in the hands of wicked people will begin to, they will still be ruling us. So that's the thing. Don't be surprised. With all due respect, a time will come, Reverend Mbaka will say he wants to contest for presidency. If Pastor Tunde Bakari can say he wants to contest for presidency. That's why I said that pastors should face their pastoral work. If they want to join politics, let them leave pastoral work and come and join politics. You understand? That's my take about that angle. Then about Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma is a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
He's in hiding. He has gone to hide.
He should not run away from it. He should not run away. He should be at the battlefront. What I expected from Hope Uzodinma is that Hope Uzodinma is fighting people that are powerful than him. He's fighting people that are powerful than him.
Sorry,
and
who are they?
I don't know, they are cabals. In every state there are cabals. There are cabals in each state. In Lagos we have cabals. In Ogun State we have cabals. He came into power overriding the former with what the judiciary did. What he was supposed to do was that he was supposed to harmonize all the people, bring them together and say, come, let us work together. Rather, he started putting the people into bondage. My take is this. If Hope Uzodinma does not come back to his real senses, fire will burn him. Fire will burn him. Why I say fire will burn him is that he should He should go and meet Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State. He learnt his lesson.
Is it Ambode or Sanwo-Olu?
Sanwo-Olu.
Okay.
Sanwo-Olu learnt his lesson. By the time the fire starts, the place he's running to will not be his refuge. He may even run out of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Felix. Good morning. Mr. Chigozie, good morning.
Yeah, I'm here once again. Good morning.
It's a wonderful day.
So what is up?
I just want to respond to what you just said. Uzodinma has gone into hiding. It's no more in Imo State. Reports have it that it's in Abuja.
Okay, you see, when you make your home restive and prefer to take scurry for safety or take refuge in the enemy's camp, you know what happens to you?
Enemy's camp.
Yes, he's betrayed the confidence reposed on him by his people, and he prefers to identify with the enemies, and it's only time will tell what will become of him. So I have no time to discuss a person of his kind.
Are you disappointed?
Unfortunately, no, I'm not disappointed, because definitely Nemesis will catch up with him. It's a matter of time. It doesn't matter whether you hide yourself under the rock. One day it will throw you up. If it don't throw you up, of course, your offspring will have to bear the brunt.
Mbaka has said that Buhari should resign. You subscribe to what he said?
Well, this is the Mbaka who professed to be a man of God, who said that the Messiah is here in the person of Muhammad Buhari. How comes he's turning against his own ways? He's now eating his own ways. So people should be mindful of what they say, because we are not people that do forget easily. The internet are there. You can't just easily delete whatever pronouncement you make. You see, Mbaka is unfortunate that he is confusing his loyalists or his whosoever, his followers or whatever. So it's unfortunate. A man who once said that this is the Messiah Nigeria is waiting for. I think if I say he needed to be slapped so that he will come back to his senses, I think I'm not overstepping my boundary. He should be subjected to some level of psychological examination. How could you tell the world that this is a Messiah, and 5 years down the line you are asking him to resign? Does it mean that the gods who revealed to you that he is the Messiah have now abandoned him? He never told us that. So why should he resign? Why should the Messiah, the so-called Messiah, resign? I think this man should be assisted. And unfortunately, as my brother said, that the pastors should stay clear of politics. I totally agree with him on that basis. Pastors are part of the system. They are part of the society. So there's no way you can exempt them from the politicking, the running the affairs and the policies of his own society. So pastors, over the years, even during the Israelites, the priest plays a very important role in the art of governance. Most of the kings, like King David, King Solomon, was installed by the priest, the consent of the priest. But here in Nigeria, most of the priests have sold their birthrights. They have sold their conscience in exchange of incentive inducements. So they have, by that singular action, lost their voice. Formerly, when priest speaks, people listen to him because they have the society, the masses that are under them. So if the policies of the government affects the masses, which are part of their members, then they should participate actively in the issue of politics. They should be able to tell their own members what to do and how to go about it. But unfortunately, they have lost, most of them, as far as Nigeria is concerned, have lost their relevance. And of course, that has brought us to where we are.
Many have said that these religious leaders have become a problem to Nigerians with their prophecies and what they say. Do you believe that?
Well, that is not an issue to be discussed now. What is before us, as the U.S. authorities said, that Nigeria is facing an extraordinary security challenges. So we can't be here while the war is going on and you are eating granuts at the forefront. Nigeria, of course, the war is already at hand. You can see so many things that is going on, suggest that we are at war. So the issue is that Nigeria is not surviving this present situation.
It's not going to survive.
It's going to consume Nigeria. Quote me anywhere. Look, of course, yesterday the vice president said that Nigeria cannot survive, cannot afford to have another civil war. By implication, he may not understand what he's saying. Yes, we may not survive another civil war. Why? Because we can't afford to go to war, because nobody will be spared. The only thing to avert that disaster before us is to start our separate ways. Nigeria is no longer working. Nigeria is an expired product. So nothing is working, and how could you keep on, taking expired pills? You mean you are calling for total organ failure? Virtually every organ of this government, of the system, of course we don't have system. The ones that are, of course, in coma have finally collapsed. So what are we saying? How long shall we keep on living in denial? Nigeria is not working, and the military operatives keep on laying their lives for something that does not worth it. How could they be risking their life at the expense of their own immediate family, immediate husband, wives, and their children? I don't think it's worth laying your life for this country. On what basis? First of all, they have no social security. They have no life insurance that should cover them or take care of their own family. So you can see that is a monumental foolishness on the part of any security operatives. Mind you, even the DSS and whatever, they knew that, of course, they have been overstretched. Look at the killings going from Boko Haram, from banditry, from the non-gunmen, who are becoming the victim of these circumstances. It's just a little few who takes decision at the detriment of the entire country.
Can you respond? PDP is saying that 2023 general elections may not hold. Can you respond to that assertion?
So PDP are still making noise. They are as dead as anything you can think of. As dead as APC. They are more useless. So if by now, I don't know why they are still making noise. They have every opportunity to have revamped the system. They have every opportunity at their disposal. Over 16 years of governance, they left Nigeria with nothing to remember. They left us in more confusion. So why are they crying foul? See? So I don't regard any statement from that angle. They are useless. PDP are useless. I was once a member of PDP. The officer that received a text message from a PDP leader, world leader, that an APC man invited them that he will want to solicit for my presence. I said these people are useless. That's why a PDP man can never win. Party can never win Lagos State. Because within the hierarchy of PDP leaders, we have people who profess to be PDP in the morning. Why at night they go to APC party? See, to collect money from the Jagaban and whatever. In the morning they will come out as PDP man. You see, leaders. So there are emptiness, a bundle of emptiness. So I don't regard their statement, and that is not what we are calling for. The 2023 is not visible. With the latest development, with the current happenings, what do you think about? We are still in 2021. This is just April. We still have about 8 months to go. And look at the level of casualty recorded just this year. And more is unfolding. So how do you think there may not be a place to call Abuja with what is happening? If the tempo is sustained, we are finished. But the only way forward is Biafra.
The only way forward is Biafra.
The only way forward for me, I don't know about you. You may continue in one Nigeria. I wish you the best of luck. But I tell you are just buying time, and of course, the disaster is imminent. And of course, the only way to salvage, to avoid further shedding of blood, let everybody go his separate way and decide their fates. Otherwise, war is inevitable. I bet you.
Political leaders are not subscribing to what you are saying.
How can they subscribe to what I'm saying? Why they are beneficiaries of the flood system? So it is not a surprise, because you don't expect them to support any move that may truncate their ambition, selfish ambition, and they continue holding to power. So the best thing, we are not interested in whatever is their position, I mean the political elites, but when the chips are down, they will find no place to hide.
Thank you, Mr. Jacob.
Okay.
Want to respond to?
Well, I want to respond to what he has just said. Number one, when we come to this platform, number one, we have to choose our words of language. Number one, for you to say Nigeria is a scattered state, scattered country.
Is it not evident?
It's not evident. I'll give you an instance. He lives in Lagos. He enjoyed the security in Lagos. He enjoyed the electricity in Lagos. We may accept that there are insecurity in the country, but the level of insecurity is not as much as you are envisaging. In the north, there are people that still travel to the north. There are people that are living in the north. As I'm talking to you, there are people living there. There are still people living there. I'm really surprised when he's saying that it's only Biafra that can solve the whole issue. Why did I say it's only Biafra? You are living in a country that has fed you for donkeys of years. With all due respect, Zik was one that sold us to the Fulanis. The fight that Nnamdi Kanu is fighting, Ojukwu that is a warlord fought it and could not finish it. He ran away. My take is this: I want to encourage every one of us. United we stand. United we win. Because I want to tell you this, is that if we don't unite, there is no how we can win all this gorilla in power. We need unity. We need strength.
Who are those that will unite?
We the citizens.
Okay.
Going apart will not solve the problem. It will even worsen the situation. It will worsen the situation.
Okay, you have said your mind. We are not talking about solving the solution. What problem are you solving? Have you got to understand what is the problem, the root of the problem, before you can provide solution? If you don't get to understand what are the roots of the problem, you can't solve the problem. There is nothing that can bring us to round table. You see, the indifferences and we have nothing to share in common. As far as you rightly said that the Zik sold you out to Fulanis. And you, not me, because the younger generation cannot continue that the life of servitude. You want to remain a slave to Fulani because you said he sold you out to Fulanis. So we are saying no, we have to regain our identity. We have a culture, we have an identity as an Igbo, as a Biafran man. So we can't remain being subjugated to the dictates of the Fulani caliphates. So that's why I am saying that you are talking to unite. How long will it take you to unite? This is about 60 years of independence, and you are still trying to unite.
Ohaneze is
not a different thing.
Ohaneze is saying a different thing from what you are saying. Ohaneze wants presidency, and they still want one Nigeria. And this group represents Igbo politically.
Yes.
I told you, Ohaneze is a social, political, whatever they call themselves. But when issues of governance, issues of importance of this nature, it's the people that carries the vote. Who owns the Ohaneze? Ohaneze means the king and the crowds and the masses. It is the masses that enthrone the king and not the reverse. The masses have the right to withdraw whosoever or decide whosoever takes the lead as a king. So it's just a privilege you enjoy being a king and Eze. So it is the Oha. My people say Anaye Sidi Oha. Otonye Anaye Sidi Oha. So Ohaneze cannot, whatever is within the leadership of Ohaneze cannot dictate for the people. So the people has come up at this time to say that our destiny is in jeopardy. Our future is so bleak. So we can't continue in this entity. Under this configuration called Nigeria. It is no longer working, it's a deception, it's a scam. So we are looking for a city. Of course, the Bible said, can two work together without an agreement? So if we don't agree, we can't work together. On what basis do we agree? What should be our common ground? What is your interest? My interest differs from yours. You want to kill me and take over my ancestral home. And I said, no, it's not going to be. Find where God, wherever you may want to find. How do you want me to agree? To agree on what? On what basis do you agree? That my people should be killed, my mother should be raped to death, and I kept silence on the basis I'm promoting one Nigeria. I have lost my father's land and destroyed by the cattle headers, and you want me to remain one? On what basis? It is the height of irresponsibility. I'm very foolish.
I am surprised on what he's saying.
Of course, you should be surprised. Even the governor of Borno State, Meduguri, the governor of which is the first chief security of Borno State, studied for safety. He escaped being assassinated. And you say, Bruno, look at Zamfara. Where do you have peace? The president's own state have not enjoyed peace since inception. People are being killed on daily basis. Banditry have been ravaging everywhere. Is it the Kaduna so-called, which becomes a war zone? Which part is it? The Benue? Of recent, look at what Otom said. He was weeping before corpses laying before his presence. People laying lifeless. I mean, his own people. And the Benue was not happy. So which part of North do you think that is secure? It's unfortunate that a man like this can be making this.
Can I come in? Can I come in? In Borno, there are Igbos still living there. Yes. In Borno, as I'm talking to you, there are Igbos living there. There are Yorubas living there. In Kaduna, there are Igbos still living there. What he's saying, I'm quite disappointed in what he's saying.
You have to be disappointed.
You know what I'm saying,
because you are not in tune with what is happening.
What is happening is that, listen,
you can just live whatever you want to live at your own.
In Borno living, if there are no Igbos in Kaduna, that means I will say Nigeria we are living in insecurity. But what he's saying is that
are they safe there?
They are safe.
No.
That's why they have
are you better than the United States?
United
States authority that make this declaration that Nigeria is passing through a very serious security challenge. Maybe you are more informed, you are more intelligent than they. I don't blame you because you are in the streets of Lagos where there is a relative peace and you are enjoying your amala and that's
in Borno. I don't know yourself. In Borno, I don't know Igbo there.
Igbo doing what?
I don't know Igbo still in Borno. Doing business. There are Igbos in Borno. There are Igbos in Kaduna. There are Igbos in Niger State doing business. I'm going to hand over to my brother.
We are talking about the safety
if you want,
of a people, the prosperity of a people, the identity of a people. How are you telling me that Igbo, we have over 120 million people whose life and destiny are in jeopardy? So we are looking for a place we can call our own.
Sir,
We are looking for identity.
If you want a Biafra
And that
state,
is the way forward.
If you want a Biafra state, go and tell your people, your kinsmen. You understand me? Not to be voted for and not to be voted. You understand me? Let them go back to their village. Everybody go back to their village. When the civil war first come alive, what Ojuku said, he said every Igbo to come back home. The federal government cannot guarantee your living. Go back home.
Okay.
I'm coming. Then you see every Igbo man in him. I don't know how old you are. During that time, I'm a little boy then. You see every Igbo man going back home. You understand me? Now, when this guy is telling about the continue. The war started as excuse me. The war started as a riot. As a then, it started as a riot. Gradually, the war started as a riot. Listen. The war started as a riot. You understand me? Police riot. You understand me? Fine. What lead to the war? If you may ask me, fine. The 5 majors, they planned that, okay, this government is bad. Let's eliminate everybody. You understand me? I'm coming.
No, I'm
not. It's the same thing. Awolowo was in prison. They kill Okochebo, Akintola, kill Tafawa Balewa, Amadu Bello. You understand me? What happened to Zik?
You are saying all Igbo should
Yes,
go.
I'm coming. Hold on. What happened to Zik? What happened to Okpara? What happened to the premier of the Midwestern state? Osadebe, they gave me information for him to travel out.
Who gave the information? You see, this guy is not.
Hold
I may
on,
want to ask.
Let me land.
Let me land.
Okay,
Let
me land.
You have 2 minutes.
Okay,
Let me tell you the facts.
Let me land.
Okay.
You have 2 minutes.
After what I'm saying.
After 2 minutes.
After what I'm saying,
After 2 minutes.
It was a riot.
You have 2 minutes.
It was riot that led to that civil war for 30 months. You understand me? If you want your people, you are agitating for Biafran state, tell them to go back home. Then don't do any election. If they call you out for election, go back home.
Excuse me, let me ask you.
Where do you come from? Go back home.
Which state do you come from?
By federal grace of God from Ondo State.
Okay.
I was brought up in Belgium.
You have no issue to discuss about Biafra because you are not part of Biafra. So look at the Ondo is being ravaged by Fulani headers. Your people are being mad and killed, raped to death. And the shame that a man of this time is here making noise, fooling himself.
It was your brother Zik.
Most of the residents of Ogun State are calling for safety in Benin Republic because they have been sacked by the Fulani militias. And you're here making noise, talking of bad things.
Thank you.
So you can imagine the mentality of people we found within this country. Your people are dying. Your people have no place to call their home. Your people have no peace, have no source of livelihood. They have been overrun by the Fulani militias, and you're here talking nonsense.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. No problem. Time will tell whether you will ever succeed.
On behalf of
Respond.
my response is this. It's just that we need unity to forge ahead. When we divide, it will not solve any problem. You understand? It is that time we look inward and let us solve the problem inward. Dividing or going away will not solve the problem.
Okay, thank you. Oluwa. Respond to what they are saying.
What are they saying?
They are saying that
My name, the first time, let me introduce myself. Abioluwa Onwafokbalan, the son of the soil. The language will benefit everybody. We are all one. What the first solution? But what is the language that they say?
we need to stay as one. You don't need to divide.
Divided will fall, united will stand. See, let me tell you one thing. We are Nigeria. See, everybody is watching us worldwide. See, the truth will set you free. The truth can never set you free. Divided never set you free. Now united. Say Biafra, Mutuke, here and here and here. Okay, you want to let Nigeria bomb? If Nigeria bomb, where are we going to go? Where will you have? We don't have another nation than Nigeria. We have only one Nigeria. So let there be peace with our ideology, our thinking, and our faith. Let us have what we think in our heart with the other man's heart.
All these things that are happening, would it happen?
What is happening is like Nigeria is things have fall apart, but we can never allow it to fall forevermore. I want to bring it up again. We are capacity, we are still alive to bring it up. The dead man never spoke anymore. We are alive. Let us speak the truth and let God play with our life and let Nigeria be one again. Because fight will divide us and divided will be scattered and will be destroyed. We are the most populous black nation on earth. Anything that happened to Nigeria, it happened to the whole world. And nobody will receive me and you. Me and you perish forevermore. And God will never let us perish. And God will let us see our face again.
People say there's no election 2023.
All those ones is paramount talk. You are talking about 2023. What are we today? Excuse me, can you give me the date of today? What is today's date? Can anybody give me answer? 29th April 2000 and what? You now say 23. 21 is after 21 is 22. After 22 is 23. And you are saying about 23. You don't know what will wake you up tomorrow. Why don't you pray for progress and for peace? Let peace reign. Say 23. If you sleep, sorry. you sleep, you don't wake up, the word don't call. You go think about 23. Thank God say that papa and your mama never die, me and you never die. We don't Nigeria, we no go die. We go face the problem, and the problem they go surrender to us. No matter anything,
Solution to that.
the solution to the problem say more calm down, more give ourselves brave, more come together as one as before.
For over 10 years, will they come down?
Over 10 years we are coming down, but today now is the countdown. Yes, if it was at the end, it go worse, and what it was will come to pass, and the reality will come. But people will not say make this one go, make this one go, make this one go. The worst go turn to worse, and the go worse bad thing go be everybody will perish now. I know they watch Somalia. I never watch any nyama because they may know witness Biafra war. Nigeria no go live for Biafra war. Me dey be happy as bagaga. Everybody go jackpot. But at the same time, we no pray for jackpot. We pray for Nigeria.
Say make Buhari resign.
See, Nigeria, let me tell you one thing. Buhari can never resign in the sense that no matter the situation when it happen, he go rule in here finish according to their doctrine. Thank you. But after he resign, no be say resign, after he year finish, he must go. Nigeria is above the devil. No matter who you be, you won't be devil. You no go last by your period. Your period must expire, and you must go for us. And Nigeria will become again.
Thank you. Exactly. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you
In
doing?
response to the last thing said, Father Mbaka said Buhari should resign, and people are just speaking against.
See, if you are the one in that position, will you resign? With that GC position, with that comfort, will you resign? There's no resignation in the dictionary of average Nigerian politician. No. There's no resignation. Have you ever seen any government official resigning in Nigeria? Kemi Adeosun. Kemi Adeosun it's not a Nigerian breed. He has majority of his life. She lived majority of her life in UK. So she's not. And the circumstances that led to her own resignation was the pressure on he might be arrested for that certificate, NYC certificate, and which he gave explanatory of how the people that cajoled her to say that gave her a fake. And talk of the case of Stella Odua too. You could see the pressure on Stella Odua then. They brought out evidence that Madam, you are a corrupt woman. You swallow our money. She was still following Jonathan to Jerusalem that time. So Nigerian officials don't resign. If not the pressure on Stella Odua that time, she would have still remained as minister in this country. So Nigerian government officials don't resign, politicians don't resign.
This issue of Nigeria's unity, where do you stand? Because that's caused disagreement this morning. Where do you stand?
Issue of what?
The way Nigeria is going, can Nigeria still stand as one?
Nigeria has never been one right from onset. Nigeria, politically, economically, we have never been one. I did business yesterday with my brother from the other side, from the east. I know how they cheated me because they gathered themselves and they, when you want to know Nigerians are not one, throw money into their midst. You will see all different factions coming up. Oh boy, me will go arrange, I will go share. Yeah, you're right. Me will go arrange, I will go share. You see, the architect of the problem we are facing in this country started with us individually, because all this leadership you are saying is from the followership you get leadership, right? Now what's it called, our genetic system, right, is full of corruption. It's full of corruption. That corruption is an epidemic in this country, and if we want to get it right, we have to start from we masses ourselves. We checkmate ourselves, then we can be able to fight those guys stand still. That it will come for justice must come with clean. It will come for equity must come with clean hand. You could see. So we need to clean our own hand. All the people collecting money from politicians, all the people that are ready to die for politicians, they should have everything. That we need to take the government into our hand. We have the power. I keep saying this. We have the power. We have the power. Use our tongue to get them out. Use our tongue to block them from coming back. That's why this Buhari, there's nothing anybody would do. It will still serve his turn or finish. Nigerian leader don't resign.
No amount of pressure.
No amount of pressure. So. They
want to die there.
They want that there. Have you ever been to Aso Rock before? You want to pack out of that Aso Rock. That's what we're saying. They should lock that Aso Rock, and they should send them that. Maybe they will build a normal flat, for president to be staying. That Aso Rock, there is demon in that Aso Rock. Any president that gets there doesn't, organize himself any longer. Aso Rock is the house of demon. Abati said it. Abati was once a tenant in Aso Rock. So he said it when he left. Said there is a demon in Aso Rock, and we all failed to, pin on that statement he said.
So that demon is responsible for president not wanting to leave the office.
You see, any politicians that get to other Aso Rock, the demon will infected him. The demon will enter into him. So the demon is always waiting for them. Because you could see all what you'll be reading, all the news coming out from from seat of power. You not here one day they wrote the presidency are going to spend 4-point-something billion on refreshment in a country where people have not eaten. Nobody in a country where average Nigerians don't guarantee where the 3 square meal is coming out from. If not demon that is, in them, will you now know that your country is not economically okay, and you are still putting this on that kind of rubbish on paper stand, on cover pages of paper?
1.2 billion.
4.2 billion. I stand to be corrected. 4.2 billion on refreshment. Aso Rock. It was carried out by Punch. They will have sanctioned Punch if Punch did not, do the due diligence to bring the story out. So what are we now saying? And you guys know that Nigerians are hungry on the streets. Average governor, they collect, what's it called? They collect allowance, security allowance. Security votes. What did they do with the security votes? How do we get to where we are today? Are they spending their security votes? If they are spending their security votes, they will be able to curtail all this crisis for long. So all of them, they are just there for themselves.
Even the demon has affected Osinbajo, as well as
the demon has silenced Osinbajo. He has silenced Osinbajo. The demons, we know them. The cabals, they are the demons. The cabals, anybody that is coming as a president, they are waiting for him. They are sitting down waiting for him. Now once they inaugurate the president, they will hijack him away from us. They will hijack him. How many presidents we've been having? Obasanjo. We had Obasanjo. We could not finish refinery. We had Yaradua. It was even worse. We had Jonathan. It was worse. We had Buhari. Worse. Another one coming will be worse. I'm telling you. Another Nigeria should forget about say one president will come and do the needful.
General elections may not hold PDP.
I mean that's I just say existing. Is PDP still existing? You sure they are existing? You sure PDP is existing on the pages of newspaper? I think they should bury their head in shame. Those PDP guys, they brought us to where we are today.
They are the one that brought us here.
They brought us to where we are today. When they handed power to them, they were instead of them concentrating on governance, the hackers and the hyena inside our party, they were coming out that they are going to rule us for 60 years. And little years they used to rule us, what did we encounter? Corruption, kidnapping, militancy. He started doing the tenor, and what we fail to realize is a father that is giving you food every time, rice, take rice, eat rice, that is not building your knowledge capacity, that is just food. That is what these guys are doing. That's why you see majority of us that we came around saying now food be our problem. Say how much be rice under Jonathan? How much be rice under PDP? Is that what you are meant to? Is that what we came to life for? To just come and eat? We know hunger. Once you kill hunger, you kill crime, right? I'm not saying we should not be provided with food, but they use that food to cajole us. They were giving us rice. Why they were stealing our own billions? They were giving the masses rice. I think you can understand what I'm saying. You can understand. The PDP powers there, they were stealing money, right? And this one too, they are stealing. APC is just stealing competition among two of them. So those two parties, I'm so shocked that we still allow them a space to say all this rubbish on the newspaper. APC, PDP, they are prostitutes. They are prostitutes. They cross over at their convenient time. You see this one. Rats now. As rats, they sniff. Enter and person in room. Come out again. Enter another room. That is how they are. They are prostitute politicians. They are prostitute parties. They are parties without ideology. Have you ever heard that one party is causing ANC member? South Africa, for God's sake. Have you heard that somebody will leave ANC, go and join another party? Have you heard that one in America? That somebody is switching from Congress to Democrat? Have you heard that? That somebody is switching from Democrat into Republic? It's not possible. They are very ideal people over there. But our own people here, they are just trash politicians. They are disgusting, man.
What's the way forward?
The way forward is to take the power into our hand. How do we take the power into our hand? The youth can do it. This youth we are seeing that once we can unite. But the funniest thing that is they break us. They've created, nepotism among us, tribalism among us. That's why you see average youth now. He has the DNA of tribal bigotry in him. So I just pray that can be happen for the youth to unite so that we can use our tongue to chase them out and seize the power from them. 2023. We can do it. Since Obama can do it then, as of that time in America, the youth can do it 2 years. But open your brain from blindness. Open your eye from blindness and open your brain to avoid brain drum that you will not be able to think at all, because that's where it's going to. Poverty has made Nigerian youth not to be able to think well.
My last question, but many youths are clamoring for the vision of Nigeria. Many.
It can never happen under these guys that are ruling us. That is why I say if youths take power, we can decide that easily because we are the one that the shoe. It's our leg that we are feeling the pain of the shoe now. It's not the government, So it's not the government, it's the masses that are feeling the pain. So we can do it if youth come to power. They can organize themselves and come to power. And we forget tribal issue among ourselves. Don't let us be one Nigeria. For now, get power, then you youth can sit down and easily talk to our boy. Shey you know say as we dey now, you know they favor also. This our father, they don spoil things so make we arrange ourselves. Okay, you Adamu, go north go settle north. You Kelechi, go east go settle. You Ayo, go to south west go to west and hold your people. It will be very easy. Look at how the youth coordinated answers, for God's sake. Look at it. That is in unity we stand. Okay. In unity we stand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Now, to round it up, so I mean, 1 minute to round it up. According to the statement that PDP saying here, they are not sure that maybe Buhari can finish his tenure before Nigeria collapse. But let's look for the way out. The way out is that now Yoruba man have ruled, Hausa man have ruled. Let's give Igbo man a chance to rule and test them. Let them go and organize themselves as one. Unlike that PDP convention, when you have 5 Igbo candidates in PDP primary election, when you have Ekweme, Nwombodo, and so on, Ekweme and so on, but Obama produced only one candidate. Then it was only Obasanjo. Then coming to Obasanjo winning the election from Falana. Falana said Falana want to go to challenge the future of Obasanjo. He want to go to court. But the Yoruba called him to order. This is your brother. This is your chance. Let them learn from the Yorubas and the Yoruba politics and come back to their senses so that they can be one. They can speak in one voice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I know you are a cleric. You're a clergyman.
By the grace of the living
Now,
God.
I want to ask you, Mr. Mbaka, Reverend Mbaka, the statements 2015 and yesterday, they are two different things. People are having sentiments about it. Can you respond to him telling Buhari to resign after he supported Buhari in 2015?
You look at it from two angles. One, from the angle of his freedom of speech. If you are looking at it from the angle of his freedom of speech, he have not violated any constitution by asking Mr. President to resign.
That is Mr. Mbaka.
Yes. And he's not the first person to have asked Mr. President to resign. If you look at the level of insecurity, the level of mistrust, the level of polarization of the country, I think any reasonable Nigerian should see it as a thing of concern. So on that basis, if he's asking Mr. President to resign, I think it's a good call. But if you look at it from the angle of a clergyman, and what does it behove, what is expected of a clergyman, I think it is more honorable to serve on the altar of God. Because in the days of the apostles, after the death of Christ, after the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, they were majorly doing the needful, majorly preaching the gospel, propagating the good news of Jesus Christ, repentance, about salvation. So as a clergyman, I think it is more honorable that one should stay in that line of duty, especially if God have honored you and noted you to preach his gospel. But as a citizen of the country, you have right to speak in that manner. So that's why I see it.
Okay. 2020 general elections may not hold from PDP. People are saying PDP, they have no business. They are not an opposition party, as it were.
Both PDP and APC, they are the same crop of politicians. Because it's just unfortunate that in Nigeria, the politicians they don't have ideology. If you look at current APC, almost 20% of the politicians in APC are people who defected from PDP. It's unfortunate that in Nigeria, if you lose an election, the next thing you do, you plan on how to defect to the ruling party. It doesn't work like that in a civilized society. In America, if you're a Democrat, you're a Democrat. If you're a Republican, you're a Republican. Not that there's any law forbidding you from defecting. But if you are defecting, I think there should be that genuine reason. But in Nigeria, their driving force is a peculiar interest. So whether PDP or APC, I do not take any of them seriously. Because they lack ideology. But again, this current government has worsened the situation. Because the level of insecurity is so high. Look at the statement from American Secretary of State yesterday. I'm talking about the person of Anthony Blinken, where he was talking about areas American government could help Nigerian government. We were talking about in terms of capacity building. That has to do with resources. That has to do with arms and ammunition. But he mentioned one important thing that has to do with respect for human rights. And that is area where our government is seriously responsible. Because our government have no respect for human rights. And that respect they don't have for human rights still go further to, in fact, that the ideology of not respecting human rights is still part of the reason they are not respecting people's opinion. And it's part of the reason we are seeing this level of insecurity. Because when people agitate for self-determination, you listen to them, you have conversation, you address issues that are raised, it will be addressed and it will die down. So I think PDP have no moral standard to start talking about whether 2023 will hold or not. Just as APC have no credibility. What we are even looking at is if Nigeria could still sustain this country as one entity, the government of the day need to act fast. And what they need to do is to bring everybody on board to discuss the modality for which we need to continue existing together. If harmonious relationship is not working, if the best way is to part ways, I think Nigeria should organize the country. But what I'm saying in that sense is, let the federal government summon a sovereign national conference, bring everybody on board, discuss the grand norm. That 40 constitution that was forced on Nigerians by the military, I think it is high time we jettison it. Let us have a people-oriented constitution. Because if people are speaking about secession, you are saying they are not relevant, they are not important. You treat them with disdain. And today, we are seeing the level of insecurity. We are seeing what negligence could cause. At every point in time, the government have always had the opportunity to address any likely impending crisis. But their lukewarm attitude is what has brought us to the stage we find ourselves today. So the way forward is let the federal government summon a sovereign national conference and bring every interest on board to discuss whether Nigeria need to continue existing as one entity. By the time you bring everybody on board, everybody will air his or her grievance. If at the end of the day there is need to continue existing together, the people will by themselves decide. If there is no need to continue existing together, the people will decide and you divide the country. Look at Britain. At the time they wanted to exit the European Union, some persons were against it, some persons were for it. We saw how about 2 prime ministers resigned because of the crisis that enveloped the country when it comes to Brexit. But at the point it was consummated and it was achieved. In the same vein, there's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria.
There's nothing sacrosanct?
Yes. Why I tell you that there's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria is this. Naturally, there are some unifying factors by providence. Language is provided by God, not mankind. So it's a unifying factor. Culture is a unifying factor. Religion is a unifying factor. Look Look at Nigeria the way it is. You have three major ethnic groups: the Igbo, the Yoruba, and the Hausa. And you see them in their culture, they are not the same thing. Religion, they are not the same thing. Language, they are not the same thing. So by providence, they have created three different distinct personalities. That notwithstanding, as humans, if you feel there is need to come together to coexist as a body, is achievable. And it has to be with agreement. Not somebody sitting somewhere coercing everybody to exist together under a faulty foundation by that constitution. So that's why I'm saying that let them summon a sovereign national conference. Let the people by themselves decide whether they want to continue existing together or not. You may not like Nnamdi Kanu, but you cannot take away the fact that majority of people from the southeast supports his ideology. You may not like a Sunday Igboho. He is now propagating Oduduwa Republic. If you do not address it now, have conversation with him, in the near future, you will see people signing on to that ideology. That's why I say that the government should act fast. That's why I say that there's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria. Because by providence, all the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria are created three different personalities, going by all natural unifying factors. But having said that, the Britain that brought Nigeria together as one entity may have made mistake.
May have made mistake.
Yes, because we are seeing the result now. But what do we do? What we should do now is have conversation. Bring everybody. You see, if you look at even the pain of the crisis we're having today, 80% of it is being caused by Fulani henchmen. And when the government, federal government, is addressing it, they don't even make mention of Fulani henchmen. Look at what is happening in the Middle Belt, North Central. It is Fulani. Look at what is happening in the Southwest here, in Ondo, in Ogun, in Ibadan, Oyo State. It is Fulani. Look at what ignited the crisis in the Southeast that necessitated the formation of Eastern Security Network, the Fulani. Look at what is happening in the Northwest, with the narco banditry, which Shegumi have demystified to make us understand that what they call banditry is Fulani henchmen, is still Fulani. So you see that almost the whole security challenge we're having in this country, apart from the Northeast that is ravaged by Boko Haram, every other area is Fulani-induced crisis. So that is where I say that federal government is biased. Federal government is not sincere. Because if federal government is sincere, you cannot tell me that every ethnic group in Nigeria, with the exception of few in the north, will unanimously turn against Fulani. They are turned against Fulani because of Fulani excesses. And because of the failure of the federal government to address it, federal government is taking side, unfortunately. And that is what is fueling this insecurity. So if you must address it, you must tell yourself the truth. The federal government must live above board. I think Mr. President must come out of that cocoon of ethnic bigotry and recognize that Nigeria is an entity. A situation where you see Fulani as a first-class citizen. Other people are like second-class citizens. We saw how a Wakili, who was apprehended by OPC members, taken to the police station, was taken to hospital. The OPC persons that brought into the police station were charged to court for murder. I'm not saying anybody to take to crime. But what we are saying is that don't operate on double standards. So the federal government is the architect of this problem. And each time they say they are looking for a solution, what they call for solution is a way to pacify the Fulani. Look at all the policies of federal government in trying to resolve this issue. It has always been, how do you pacify the Fulani? Look at Ruga. Ruga was meant to settle the Fulani, even with federal government resources. Look at National Livestock Transformation Plan. It is to settle the Fulani. Look at what our resources do. It will settle the Fulani. So why that double standard? Here we are. We have been talking about restructure. If you don't want to go about, because when people talk about restructure, it means so many things to different people. For some people, it means resource control. For some people, it means devolution of power. But whichever way you go about it, we are saying that the current status quo is not working. And if you must tinker with it, you must restructure. Now, look at the issue of security. That is the brain of Nigerian crisis today. The command and control of security architecture in Nigeria is from Abuja. And it's not helping matter. You cannot say until IG from Abuja give an order, the governor of Lagos State cannot take some proactive action against insecurity in Lagos State. We also want transpired at Lekki Toll Gate. The military were deployed to Lekki Toll Gate, and as a point, at the time they were talking about it, the governor do not have the mandate and right to command the army. And yet, you are putting the blame on the governor that he's the one that invited the military. There are so many unanswered questions with what transpired at Lekki Toll Gate. Believe that the major issue is now this security of a thing. What stopped federal government from allowing state police to work? What stopped federal government from allowing Amateku, for instance, to bear arms? What stopped federal government from removing this issue of security from exclusive legislative lists, place it on concurrent lists? Let the federal government and state government have concurrent jurisdiction over it, so that if there is crisis situation in Lagos State, the Lagos State governor can deal with it without waiting for one order from Abuja. Until you do that, you are not solving the problem of Nigeria, because the way it is, it has been evidently proven that the problem of Nigeria is insecurity, and the center of that insecurity is caused. The major issue is caused by Fulani herdsmen. So until the federal government realize and recognize Fulani herdsmen are terrorists, they have not started. Because I'm not just saying it for saying sake. It's on record that global terrorism just say that Fulani, they are fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. So if the world have recognized them as the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world, here we are in Nigeria, they are operating with impunity, killing people, killing children, raping women, kidnapping for ransom, unchallenged. Look at Mbelwe State the other day, they killed about 7 children. Look at how they attempted to assassinate Autumn, the Benue State governor. And a Fulani group that go by the name of Fulani Nationality Movement came out to claim responsibility. Even went further to say that the man escaped because of technical error, that next time the man may not be that lucky. And here we are, up to today, federal government have not brought any person to justice in respect of that assassination attempt on the man. And we have people who are in authority speaking with impunity, supporting these headers. People like Bala Mohammed was quoted to have said that Fulani man is a global citizen, that they have right to move anywhere globally. He was even quoted to have said that they carry AK-47 for self-defense. There is even a high-ranking Nigerian politician who is currently a governor, who was quoted to have said in the past that if you kill a Fulani man, whether you are a military man or ordinary citizen, that you have collected a loan that must be repaid, no matter how long it takes. So you see at this point that they are dangerous people, and the federal government is handling them with hanky-panky. Until we realize that we are dealing with a formidable terror group, we have not started.
Okay, Uzodinma is on the run. Are there any unforeseen forces, or is it that the ESN is the root of the cause of the problem in Imo State?
You see, the problem is, if you make yourself an opposition to the people, to your own people, the consequence is what is seen. Because you see the way Amana, he claimed to have invited the military to Olo to go and bombard people. I think the reaction is what we are seeing. You see, the dialogue is always the way to go. And if this dialogue that federal government is running away from, it will get to a point where they can no longer avoid it. They will call for dialogue. And at the time you invited the military, they came to Olo and started bombing places. What you needed to do is to invite the people. Come to a round table, deliberate on it, have conversation. How do you resolve it? And now, people are aggrieved. The reaction of that inhuman treatment is what we are seeing. It's only in Nigeria that you see Nigerian government at every slightest provocation use jet bombers to start bombing your own people. Under Yaradua, we watch and witness how federal government use federal might against Delta State in Barabatu community, for instance. They bombarded and killed everything on sight. It's only in Nigeria that you see Nigerian government abusing human rights. That's why maybe you should go and read that interview with American Secretary of State. I'm talking about the person of Anthony Blinken. Where you after you have chronicled the areas American government could have helped Nigerian government, he said more importantly that Nigerian government should not be seen to be violating human rights, and that is the problem of Nigerian government, and they are not learning anything, and it's unfortunate. I don't know where they hope to go from here, because if they are not ready to arrest the situation now, if this is right above this, I don't know who will help Nigeria to address it. Look at the Chadian president that was killed in a battlefield. I mean, it is Debbie. He was leading troops to go and fight rebels. He was shot and died out of bullet wound. The son who took over, the other day led troops in person to battlefield. I'm not even saying maybe a Buhari should lead troops to battlefield. But what is the chief of army staff doing? He stays at the comfort of his office in Abuja. This is a man under his watch. Boko Haram almost overrun the whole Borno state. As the theater commander of Operation Labi Adole, I mean this current chief of army staff, he didn't stay long because Boko Haram activities was so high that he was not able to curtail it. The same man you have made chief of army staff. He stays in Abuja giving order, and we are not seeing the situation abating. So for me, the way to go is to summon a sovereign national conference, bring every interest on board. Let us discuss whether there is need to continue existing together as one or not. If we cannot agree to continue existing as one entity, you vulcanize the country. Let everybody go in separate ways. But if everybody come together and agree that they want to continue existing together, then they come up with a new constitution and continue existing. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matthew. That is a good one from Mr. Matthew. Okay, do you have anybody want to speak? Everybody, they are saying that Nigeria has expired. I don't know. Let me get your own part of the. What do you think?
Nigeria have expired in the sense that Nigeria.
You're in Nigeria.
I'm in Nigeria. I'm Biafra. I'm not in Nigeria.
But you are in Nigeria.
I'm not in Nigeria. For now, I'm in Lagos.
Okay.
And
Lagos,
I'm a Biafra man.
Where is Lagos? Where is Lagos?
Yeah?
Where is Lagos?
Lagos is another continent of its own.
Lagos is in Nigeria.
It's not in Nigeria. It's in under Oduduwa Republic.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to bring out is that for we to say that Nigeria have never expired, since where they born you, have you experienced what is going on now? We have no government for this country, and as far as we don't have president, we don't have government. Because for Nigeria, according to the law, they say the rule of law say that we are equal before the law. But now I'm saying that we are not equal before the law. There is people that is above the law. The law is against for the poor people. It's government against the poor people. It's not government of the people again for the people. It's a government against the poor people. We are not moving ahead. Rather, we are going back. Because what I'm seeing now, somebody will be a governor, another person will be on top, control the governor.
Like Uzodinma?
Uzodinma's own is that man deserves to be killing, to kill him. Because Uzodinma, they knows that he's a bad man, and what the man did is the agreement between him and Northerners is what he's doing now. To come and scatter Igbos.
Do you have any evidence?
The evidence is that he did not win the election. How person that failed exam will collect the first? It's the evidence. He don't win the election. They see the best man who's supposed to rule Imo State according to. They remove the man. I took it on notice at the observation that Nigeria politics is not done by election. It's not done by majority. It's done by minority.
PDP is saying 2023 general election may not hold.
Yeah, I believe that.
That general election will not hold 2023.
Yeah. One, people have even said that there is no election for 2023, of which I believe on that.
What makes you say there will be no election? What makes you say there will be no election?
What makes me to believe that there is no election is that in Nigeria, the ones that we vote, we are not voted for. They say vote so that we be voted for, but we vote, we are not voted for. They are ruling. They say whatever thing that you said must automatically be law, that your vote is your right. But now your vote is not your right. You will vote somebody to the government. When you want to see the person, they will tell you that the person he wasn't around. But the time of election, he will be around. But after election, he won't be around. That time we remember Abuja, we remember London, Lagos Island. He will decide in brothers and security will be telling you that you're supposed to call him on phone. I just go Abuja yesterday. But the time of election, he won't go Abuja. He will be in the community.
So youth, are you going to stop election 2023?
That is 100% support.
You are going to stop the election?
Yeah.
How possible is it?
Yeah?
How possible? I don't think it's possible.
It's possible. If youth mean it, it will be possible, because youth is their power. They use youth to win election. After the election, they will know youth again. They will promise you heaven and earth. The time of election, many youth will be die. And after election, they will know both you and your family.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank God. Yeah. My name is Mr. Lazarus.
Mr. Lazarus Igwe. Thank you.
I'm a native of Ebonyi State.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lazarus Igwe. That's wonderful. Wow. PDP has said there will be no elections 2023, and many people are also saying that there will be no elections 2023. But some people still believe that Nigeria can still come out of the problem it has faced over the years. We are coming to the end of Bystanders on the Distance this morning. I say a big thank you to all the people that has joined us this morning, our reviewers and also our viewers in Nigeria and all over the world. We have come to the end today. Make sure you comment and subscribe to Flip TV. We give you the best update on news and information. I am Christian Chuku, and behind the camera is Festus Olabokumi, and also a big thank you to CEO Flip TV, Biodu Kupoluyi. I will say bye for now.